Hey social media, this is Tiffany Martinez. I hope you guys are doing well on this Monday. This video is not going to be in order. It's going to be kind of from the end or sort towards the end, and then some pictures are going to be from the beginning. Because this was my very first time doing this recipe. It's a vegan yeast roll recipe. So once again, if you are an expert or you think you are the queen or the king of the bakery or the rolls or whatever the case is, try not to be too judgmental, because I am trying new things and I think I'm doing pretty good, I think. So for this recipe, you don't need that much stuff. And I use, like I said, this is vegan. So I used this type of active yeast, and I'm telling you, I am learning so much stuff. Like, I'm going to be labeled as a self-taught baker, even though I'm still putting the tag on myself, Novice Baker. Because I didn't know anything really about how yeast works and things like that, because how do you say it, I mostly before eat a lot of processed foods and things like that, but now that I'm making my own foods literally from scratch, I'm learning so much. Well, anyways, if you didn't know that the active yeast goes in the refrigerator, okay, and then they also have the other yeast that I used in previous recipes that are mostly like for nutritional purposes. Okay, that's one of the ingredients. And salt and almond milk. And the almond milk I used, you have to boil it, but not hot. You want to make it sure it's warm. And I'll post the recipe if you think you may be interested. So be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel on YouTube if you would like to see more videos like this. Also, you will need sugar and flour, a lot of flour. I found this recipe online. It's supposed to be a 24 count. I did find a 6 roll count, and I tried that recipe 3 times and it did not turn out right. And I think the problem was, it had nothing to do with me, because I did exactly what it said. I did exactly what the recipe called for. But I think the problem was it didn't have enough liquid. It was like a half a cup of warm water, and that was all that it called for. And it expected it to be like a sticky dough. Well, that never happened. So the dough never came out like this. So it never did what it was supposed to do. It barely rose and things like that. So I was like, I'm just gonna find another recipe. And so I did. I never gave up. And I also called upon my ancestors. I kid you not. I called upon my ancestors to please help me with this, because I want to make sure that, 1, I don't give up, and 2, that it comes out the way it's supposed to come out. Because too many people make this. Too many people. And I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of those who can make things by hand, including you know, my ancestors. So if they could do it with a lot less ingredients. Oh, just a second. The timer, not timer, but the preheat is ready. Okay. The yeast rolls are almost done baking. It's like a little under 3 minutes. The only thing I did mention that I included in the recipe was the vegan butter, because I actually did find some. And also, I did try another recipe before I tried this one. And like I said, I don't know if I mentioned them before, because I was doing a little bit of cleaning up here. it was a complete failure. And I followed the instructions to the T, because it was simple instructions, just like simple ingredients, like I had it memorized by heart. And I believe that I'm watching the timer on the microwave. I believe that it wasn't enough liquid, because it only required a half a cup of warm water. That was the only liquid in the recipe, other than a little bit of butter. So I don't know if there was the error in the recipe or what, but yeah, when I made these cheese rolls, this is my very first time trying this one. I did call upon my ancestors, because I believe that's what they're there for, you know. I mean, they enjoyed their life. If they enjoy cooking and baking, they probably miss doing it, so they probably would feel honored to help their great niece or nephew, whatever the case is, or great granddaughter. I'm pretty sure they would love to help. So that's what I did, you know, like, you know, I asked them to stand tall beside me to help, because my husband does help, because his mother used to bake a lot and his aunts used to bake a lot, and he spent a lot of time over there. Pardon me one second. So the yeast rolls are out of the oven. Let me turn the camera around. See, the first batch, these are the first batch. They are not cut perfectly and all that good stuff, but these are the ones that were on the bottom, right? So I'm gonna get one of those brushes that, but because this butter it hit the floor, the stick, not like this, of course, when it was in its wrapper, and when it hit the floor, it flattened, right? So it's no longer in its shape. So I went ahead and just used this as the you know, to go over the breadsticks with. I mean, not breadstick, but they kind of remind me of crazy sticks, the kind you get from that pizza shop. So hold on just a second while I take the other ones out. Okay, this is the second and the final tray of rolls. Like I said, this is my first time trying them, and they taste really good. They just don't look like the picture, but I'm only trying new things, so it's not a big deal that they don't look like the picture, I guess. So that's all good. I'm gonna add the butter to the top. It's always, for me, it's always, even though it'll say certain things like, you know, cook it for, like the recipe will call, it doesn't matter what the product is, if it's made from scratch or if it's like something processed, we always have to watch it because of the gas stove. You just never know if it's going to overcook or undercook it. Undercook is kind of better because at least you can put it back in. When it's overcooked, it's a wrap. But this is definitely done. It's very flaky inside. The only thing is not, how do you see it? There's not really brown on top, but they're definitely done. But I'm definitely going to try it again and, you know, keep trying it. But it's not, I didn't do this to impress anyone. I just did it to try new things. And to be able to make something from scratch means a lot to me. Because, one, if there's no grocery stores for a long period of time, I want to know that I will be able to have food in my home, you know. And a lot of people can't say that. I won't be able to say that because they depend on too much modern day stuff. They just depend on modern day. They're very dependent on modern day stuff like supplies, luxuries, amenities. They just take it for granted that we're always going to have what we have, and we never consider that, wow, we're never going to possibly be without power for a long time. I mean, granted, we can't bake or anything like that, but I just want to know that we can do this if we had to. And I know a lot of people are preparing for the future by, you know, getting seeds now. You know, they're just really going hard at this because they don't want their families to go without. But that's a whole other conversation. Anyways, if I didn't already show this, this is what the butter looks like, and it is plant-based, and it is very delicious. And like I said, I was making something, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the cake or what, but I left the butter out, right? And most likely I dropped it, turning around to put it back, and I didn't realize, I mean, I probably put it back in this, but when it hit the floor, it went flat, and the stick looks the way it looks. So, but it is very soft and creamy, it's dairy free, and you cannot taste the difference. Like, I'm not really a big butter person, but you can't really taste the difference. And these are really delicious. I'm gonna go get my husband one so he can try it, but I really was looking for a recipe that had six rolls, and I found one, but it didn't work out. So I tried this one, and it kind of worked out. So it did work out, but and I did talk to the person who posted this, and she said that I can cut it in half to 12. So that's what I'll try next time. But I'm so proud of myself because I tried something new and it worked out. It was amazing to see the you know, the dough ball rise. That was really cool. So all right, well, if you, like I said, if you enjoyed this recipe or you enjoyed the video, what you did see in the pictures, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And if you are a vegan or vegetarian baker and you post a lot of stuff like on YouTube, definitely be sure to subscribe and comment, and I'll subscribe to your channel too. You can follow me on Twitter at lawfulmoney76, Instagram at crypto_tiff, Facebook I am the gold messenger, and my business page is International Silver and Gold Savers with Tiffany Martinez. I will catch you guys in the next video. I'm definitely going to find something else to bake or something. I don't know what it's going to be next, but this was pretty fun. Peace.